Hello to everyone. My name is Cătălina CRIFTAN. I'm Associate Professor at Babeș-Bolyai University at the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration. I'm happy to be here with you today. I hope that you will find this course interesting. My role today will be to help you to understand the expectations of this course and also to know about the concepts that you are going to use at this discipline entitled Fundamentals in Entrepreneurship. Also, I want to tell you that I'm the executive coordinator of the UBB Student iLab, a student incubator that serves all the students from our university. But later on, I will come up with further details about that. Let's see what we are going to do today. So, actually, we are going to speak about the approach we are going to use. Also the courses. I will make a brief introduction regarding the courses that you will have access to, and also the evaluation methods. At the same time, I will present the first course entitled Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and we are going to define some concepts that you are going to use from now on during the course. We will speak a little bit about the implications of entrepreneurship and also the perspectives, considering two main elements, the social mission and the degree of innovation. Also, we will talk a little bit about the role of innovation in the whole process and also about the way we can increase creativity and innovation inside in our organizations. Also, we are going to consider some of the key takeaways, and at the end, we will have an evaluation. What you have to know is that all the courses are going to be recorded, are going to be available on the webpage of this course. You have the name of the webpage, danmirceasuciu.ro, Fundamente de Antreprenoriat. Besides the slides and the video recordings, you will have some info regarding the people the instructors, the people that are going to provide these courses, academics and practitioners that will share their valuable knowledge with you. So don't be afraid to ask questions, to interact with them, because this course is meant to help you to understand what entrepreneurship is and also the implications of it. You need to know the fact that in each faculty you will have a tutor that you can approach. So on the webpage you will find all the details regarding the email address of the tutor that is allocated per faculty. I'm the tutor of the English line and the Romanian line, and my colleague Ana Maria Petre is the tutor for Romanian line in the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration. So if you have questions, or if you don't know, or if you don't have access to certain information that you consider that you should have, or if you have, I don't know, things that you want to ask us, feel free to search your tutor from your faculty and approach them, okay? Because they will help you, definitely, okay? Regarding the page, here is the interface. So as I told you, you will have access to the video recordings and the slides. And also, at the end of each course, you must know that there will be a small evaluation. You will see that it's not complicated. If you attend the course, you will be able to have the right answers. I'm pretty sure of it. Okay, so let's speak a little bit about the evaluation method. So at 7:30, a quiz will be available to you. Actually, on this online questionnaire will have 5 questions with 1 correct answer. Okay, so the quiz will be available to you for 30 minutes. Okay, so you will have plenty of time to answer those questions. And also you have to take to consider the fact that you can get 5 points per questionnaire. So per semester you can reach 65 points. So if you are not so satisfied with the final mark that is made up of all these scores, the sum of all these evaluations, you are going to have another possibility to retake the exam, but in the re-examination session, okay? Not in the normal session, in the re-examination session. And you will get the information, all the information you need regarding the location and the time where the exam will take place, or once you use the web page. Okay, so another thing that I want to mention is the fact that the quiz will be available in 4 languages. The idea is that you should choose in the corner the language, and then you should choose the one that is associated with the line of study. So don't forget to do that, okay? And also something that you have to pay attention, because we have many students enrolled in this course, then it's quite important to choose the faculty, your faculty, okay? Because otherwise you might lose the score that you have been able to get by passing the test, okay? Regarding the courses, so during this semester you will have the possibility to have access to 13 topics, quite interesting, I would rather say. And let's pass a little bit through the content. So the first course, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, is going to be available in 3 languages, in Romanian, English, and Hungarian. And also, I want to tell you that the next topic that we are going to have access to will be about digitalization in entrepreneurship. IT, information technology, is a key element once we are speaking about startups. So Alexandru Roja will help you to learn about how to use these technologies in order to develop opportunities, business opportunities. Also, a topic that will be extremely relevant is about the way you should create a solution that is valuable for the market. So having an idea is not enough. You have to validate that idea and turn it into a concept, okay, that is valuable to a target market. So there is a process that you have to consider in order to reach success, of course. Also, another thing that we have to consider is finding the right target market, okay? In order to do that, you have to, through this course, you will be able to have valuable information regarding the ways you should develop a persona, a customer profile, okay? In such a way to make use of the available resources and to reach your target audience. Also, once you start a business, you definitely have to look at the market and what's also on what is happening there. In order to have a competitive advantage. So who are the competitors and how to gain competitive advantage will be a topic that you will have the possibility to learn about the 5th module. An entrepreneur definitely has to rely, in order to be successful, has to rely on a strong team, okay? A creative team that is able to create synergy. So how to build a team, how to be a good leader is a key element in the development of the business and in order to ensure the scaling of the business, okay? Business plan, an instrument that every entrepreneur should be able to do it because it helps to structure the content. and it helps the entrepreneurs to transmit the information they to key stakeholders in order to reach, in order to get the support they need, in order to get finance, and so on. Minimum viable product. Of course, a minimum viable product is extremely, once we are talking about IT, having a minimum viable product that can provide you valuable information regarding the target market, regarding the customer expectations, is essential, okay? Because launching a minimum viable product on the market to get feedback from early customers will enable future development. So this is a topic that will help you to gather information regarding the way you can do it. Agile project. Nowadays, it's quite important to be agile and to be flexible. So knowing how to develop agile projects, how to manage them, is also essential. As an entrepreneur, you have to convince people to join your efforts, to work with you, to provide you the resources needed in order to grow your business concept, and so on. So knowing how to prepare and how to deliver a pitch is absolutely essential, and also knowing how to adapt the storytelling, considering the target market, is also essential. Project entrepreneurship. Nowadays, more and more people are paying attention to the social impact and environmental impact of the organizations. So also known as eco-entrepreneurship or green entrepreneurship, this is a topic that you have to consider as well. Entrepreneurship ecosystem growth opportunities. This module will help you to understand the ecosystem that a startup or an organization has to operate in. So at this point, you have to consider different stakeholders, external stakeholders that can provide you valuable resources, valuable support. Okay, so and the last course is going to be about funding opportunities. Of course, many entrepreneurs, when they start their businesses, they rely significantly on their own resources, family's resources, their own family's resources. But there are sources of financing that are available and that are available to them and that can help them to grow their business faster. Okay, so I would like to share a little bit about a project that is available to you. It's called UBB Student iLab. This is a student incubator that helps you to grow your business. Once you pass through this course, you can access the courses and the workshops available in our student incubator. What we do there, we are trying to help our students to have access to the practices provided by international speakers, international practitioners, people that are operating in similar structures from other universities. Actually, during this project, students are encouraged to experiment, to put their ideas into practice, and to develop a feasible business concept. If you want to know more about what we are doing, here is the QR code of our webpage, and also you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Just to give you a brief description of the main programs that we are providing, we have thematic events where we give the opportunity to our students to meet with entrepreneurs, discuss with them, and see the challenges that they have faced. And also they can interact with entrepreneurs in order to validate their business concepts. Incubation program is a program that is available to those that want to develop their own business concept, and for 1 week, for one semester, they are going to have access to specialized support, and they will have to pass through different modules. Also, I want to say the fact that we have the third program that I would like to speak about is the internationalization program. This program gives you the opportunity to interact with speakers that will help you to grow your business. As I told you, the ones that you have available here that are on the slides were with us in the previous semester. Check our webpage to see who is going to be the next speaker, and we will be more than happy to have you joining our workshops. Okay, so let's start discussing about the course. And before that, I would like to ask you, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. No question. Okay, maybe you will have once we will finish the course. But what you have to know is that you can come up with questions even even during the course. Okay, feel free to interrupt me. No worries. So I will start with this quote: "The best way to predict the future is to create it." Peter Drucker said this. So definitely, entrepreneurship is the way to create your own future, because most entrepreneurs start businesses in areas where they are passionate about, and of course, once you do what you like the most, then you are more likely to reach your full potential. You are more likely to change things because you will put all the effort in that initiative. Entrepreneurship is a way to have more independence. Of course, there are pluses and minuses, and we are going to speak about it. But definitely, entrepreneurship gives you the opportunity to create your own future. So, what is an entrepreneur? Definitely, there are many definitions that are describing this concept. Of course, the most associated name with the term of entrepreneur, or being an entrepreneur, is innovation. So an entrepreneur constantly is trying to come up with new approaches, with updates, with innovations that are changing the way things are done. Also, you have to consider the fact that they are, according to Svedberg, they are change agents, okay, and they are ensuring the continuity and the development of the economy. They are a sign of a vibrant economy. When you have many startups, definitely this is a sign that the economy is working well. In our legislation, we have to take into consideration that we have the term entrepreneurs. The term entrepreneur is defined as follows. So is an authorized individual or legal entity who by themselves or through association with other authorized individuals or legal entities incorporate a company in order to engage in commercial activities. Pay attention to this definition, okay? And also they are doing that with the aim to gain profit, okay? They are producing goods, services on a competitive market. Okay, regarding the profile of the entrepreneurs, of an entrepreneur, I'm pretty sure that you have been able to see different successful entrepreneurs, and then there are several characteristics that can be identified. So one of these characteristics would be being optimistic. Definitely, entrepreneurs are very optimistic when it comes to the success of their businesses. Also, they have a deep sense of responsibility for the outcome of their ventures. They're future-oriented mostly because they focus their attention on the tendencies, on future trends, and they are less concerned with what they have done in the past or yesterday. I'm not saying that they are not evaluating the results, because this is something that they have to do, but still they learn, they act, they learn, and they continue their journey. Also, they are self-disciplined, and they push themselves forward in order to be, in order to reach their full potential. And also, regardless the way they feel physically or emotionally, they are trying to keep up with their words. They are trying to deliver. This is definitely something that helps them to develop trustworthy relationships, and it's a key element as well. They have to be flexible. This is not an easy task. People say, oh, okay, everything that you or the individuals are performing, because we are operating in the fast changing market, we definitely have to adapt very easily. But sometimes entrepreneurs, for some entrepreneurs that are that believe in their business concept, they find hard to adapt their idea, and then this is definitely a minus. But they have to show flexibility, and they always have to pay attention to the resources available and to adapt their actions and strategies accordingly. They have to have charisma. Charisma is essential mainly because they have to convince people, and they have to know how to communicate, to motivate people to follow their dreams. So charisma is definitely a characteristic that makes a difference. Risk takers are more, entrepreneurs are more risk eliminators. We have to, they have to calculate the risks that they are facing. High level of energy. They are eager to learn, and this is something that definitely makes them to evolve. Once even the most or the most experienced people have to constantly learn. A person that says that no, I'm too good for what I'm doing, definitely such an approach will definitely make them lose. Constant, they have to pay attention to the feedback and to the results. Okay, but what is the most important, at least at the beginning of the entrepreneurship journey, they have to they have to have the value of achievement over money, because sometimes this can be quite many businesses are not able to be self-sustainable or to be profitable since the beginning. Okay. Some key elements that we shall take into consideration once somebody wants to follow the entrepreneurship path. I think that the starting point is having the right mindset. The growth mindset, having a growth mindset means that you are optimistic. You want to try new things. You want to experiment. You are not afraid of failure. Okay, we are human beings. Everyone has his fears. But definitely you have to fight against it, okay? And don't be afraid of making mistakes, because at a certain point you will make mistakes. Learn from them and keep going, okay? Knowledge, gather as much as possible. Try to learn as much as possible, and use any kind of information available, because knowledge will help you to grow, to find new ways to develop your business concept. Of course, theory is important, okay? So never stop learning, as I previously said, but then you have to experiment, to put that knowledge into practice, and you have to develop competencies, capabilities. And you can do that only once you are trying to put this, your ideas into action. Okay. And another component that I think that is essential: find people, develop your networks. Okay, develop your social capital. People that can help you are everywhere. So try to communicate what you are doing, what your needs are in order to make your business grow. And then you will see that once you believe in your business and the business concept, people that are around you will, or at least some of the people will come to you. If you don't ask questions, if you don't approach people to ask for help, then you will never know the answer. So it's quite important to have the courage to interact with people and to present what your idea is about, and to convince them to work with you. Even if we are talking about employees, or even if I'm talking about investors or professors, there are available so many resources. So try to develop your networks as much as possible. Regarding the benefits of entrepreneurship, so there are many. Of course, if I will ask you what will make you to become an entrepreneur, what opportunities you see, I'm pretty sure that you will come with many answers. So, and shall we try? Is anyone here that would like to start a business in the next, let's say, next future? No, nobody is saying. Do you have an answer for me? Monica, Emilia, yes.
Well,
Hello. I would like to, but I have so many ideas I have to structure.
Yes, of course. But then, can you tell me one?
As I'm an opera singer, I would like to know how to market myself more, how to present myself more, and to find new opportunities. And why not to become an agent?
Great. In December, we are going to have a speaker on storytelling, his name is Daniel Druhora. And check on the web page of the UBB Student iLab and join the presentation. Is going to be on Zoom. So anyone who wants to know about storytelling and how to make a pitch is more than welcome. Okay.
Okay.
I think that is on 5th of December, but check on the webpage, okay?
I will check. Thank you so much.
Great. Okay, if there are any other answers, I will be more than happy to listen to you.
Well,
yeah, Emilia.
Oh, okay. So I would like to develop or evolve the family business, and it's in tourism. And I want to see how I can expand it, and that's what I'm looking for in this course. Because I worked with them, and yes, it's I see the opportunity. I see how it worked until now, but I want to expand it to more places, and yes.
This is great. Actually, also after you finish this course, next semester we are going to have a speaker that will speak a little bit about this topic, a little bit more. And then his name is Jean-Philippe and Anheim. And then check on the webpage next semester. Okay, he will come in. I think that he will come in April. Okay, good. April or March. I don't remember well, but then check it and you will see. Okay. Also in this course, I'm pretty sure that you will have your answers as well. Okay. So definitely once we speak about being an entrepreneur, there are many positive aspects that are associated with being an entrepreneur, having impressive profits, having the possibility to reach your full potential once you develop a business, definitely, and you are passionate about what you are doing, you are more than likely to reach your full potential. Also, many entrepreneurs start their business in order to have an impact on the society, on the environment. And there are many opportunities that being an entrepreneur will give you. Okay, but of course, like everything in this world, we have pluses, we have also drawbacks, minuses. So there might be definitely, entrepreneurship is quite a risky domain, let's say so. And then we can consider that not everyone that will start a business will be successful. So there is a high uncertainty when it comes to income. You will have to work hard, and sometimes you will have to sacrifice many things that you enjoy. Also, you might lose the entire investment. A lot of stress, at least at the beginning, and also once you are starting to develop and to grow your business. Also, if you don't have a co-founder, then you will have to have the complete responsibility of the actions, but also the if something bad happens, yeah, this will be your full responsibility. Okay, another thing that I would like to introduce to you, if you want to know more about what's happening in entrepreneurship, I will recommend you to check the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor. This is a study that is made actually in 49 countries. Okay, Romania is a part of this study. In our Faculty of Economics, we have a team that is actually collecting the data for Romania. If you want to know more about the tendencies or the factors that are characterizing entrepreneurship behavior in Romania, but also if you want to know, to have a comparison between what's happening in Romania and other countries, you can search global on our page, but also on the, I'm referring here to UBB Student iLab, there is a section where you can access Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, but also on the Google once you, if you want to know more about the studies. What I would like to highlight here is the fact that Romania, considering the middle income countries, is ranked on the 7th place, considering the easy access to financing, on the 8th place in terms of entrepreneurship education, which is quite important. Also, in terms of commercial and legal infrastructure, it seems that Romania is on a 3rd place. Also, a factor that makes people not to start a business is the fear of failure, if you may see in this study. But of course, having access to such courses, having access to people that can help you will definitely, if you have such a feeling, don't be afraid and ask questions, ask the support of professionals, because we are here to help through this course and also through other structures that I mentioned previously. Okay, regarding the entrepreneurship process, we have here some stages that I would like to refer to. Entrepreneurship process starts when a problem is identified. Of course, people will pay for your solution only if you come up with, if you help them to get rid of suffering, if you provide them happiness. Not everyone is going to be an entrepreneur, because even if everyone at a certain point had a great idea. So there is a need of a triggering event or something that makes them to react. Okay, And then the next step will be the implementation. During the implementation, what's happening? The entrepreneur has to gather information, has to validate, has to develop a business plan, has to gather the data he or she needs in order to make a feasible business plan. And a startup occurs. So what is a startup? Actually is an organization that is designed to search for repeatable and scalable business model. So once you have a startup, this doesn't mean that that startup is going to become a company, because many of the startups fail in the first 2 or 3 years of activity. Nevertheless, the next step will be the growth stage, where when the organization starts to grow, the entrepreneur is going to develop the business portfolio. New products are going to be created. The market will be expanded, so the business will scale up. And then the harvest. The harvest is associated with picking a fruit after years of labor. So actually, during the harvest, the business can be sold, but also sometimes the harvest is not necessarily associated with a positive result. Okay, so if you are taking into consideration the perspective in entrepreneurship, we have, I will highlight 2 main elements. Taking into consideration, I will show a perspective that takes into consideration the degree of innovation. And I will highlight the perspective provided by Professor Bill Howlett from MIT. He classifies organizations considering the degree of innovation in small and medium-sized enterprises and innovation-driven enterprises. Actually, the small and medium-sized enterprises, in this category, he has included those organizations that are providing mostly services. They are not revolutionizing the industry, but they are providing solutions that satisfy market needs. Restaurants, service providers are included here. What happens when we refer to revenue, cash flow, and jobs? Of course, the organization grows, and then the revenue, cash, and jobs are going to grow up to a certain point, and after that, the growth is going to be linear. They don't need too many resources for that. So most of the businesses are managed by one entrepreneur, or there is as I mentioned, they do not need too many resources. So most of the businesses are family businesses or sole proprietorship. If we're talking about innovation-driven enterprises, we have to take into consideration the fact that those organizations have as a core the product. So innovation is core. So of course, in order to be able to create an innovative solution, you need many resources, and because of this reason, the ownership is much more diverse. Okay. Of course, once the solution works, then the growth is going to be exponential, and then the market will increase significantly. And we have here several examples that we can mention. What you have to take into consideration in order to create an innovation-driven enterprise is essential, is extremely important to be able to combine business essential with technology essentials. Okay. So at this point, this is not an easy task. So once being able to create something innovative and being able to properly commercialize and to identify a market for your product, to reach product market fit, it takes time. Also, it takes people that have to work together, that have to have complementary skills. And being able to manage such a complex team is not, as I mentioned, an easy task. So you need to have leadership skills, because people with different competencies, with different skills, might have different ways of perceiving things. So making them working together can be quite a challenge sometimes. Okay, I would like to highlight some of the stages and the activities that have to be taken into consideration. Once we are referring to innovation-driven enterprises. This kind of organization rely on research and development. So there is a need for documentation, laboratory research, validation in and outside laboratory in the real world, because things that may be quite simple to be made in laboratory might be quite complex ones in the real world. Also, you need validation, and implying or relying on testers or experts that can give you feedback once you have, for example, an MVP. It's quite important. Or once you have a product that implies high innovation, then it's essential to get the feedback as much as possible from people, from experts, in order to be able to integrate that valuable feedback and to update the product. Also, the whole process is quite complex, collection, management, and the synthesis of the data that you gather. So the validation process also deals with this kind of activity. Also, you have to have a continuous validation channel, mainly because the product, in order to update constantly the product, you have to create a product, okay, and then you have to validate it as well. We saw that, but then you have to pay attention to what what are the market needs. And market research is essential to be made. So taking into consideration the political, economical, social, technological, ecological, and legal factors might raise many opportunities and threats for the business itself or for the product that you want to develop. Industry analysis, knowing who are the key stakeholders, the competitors, the new entry that can come up with high innovation, also high innovations. Also paying attention, knowing the suppliers and also what the customers want is essential. Based on that, you have to develop your strategies, okay, and gathering information in parallel, gathering this kind of information in the same time with research and development and validation are actually the first steps that we have to consider. Once you create something unique, you have to test, to make prototypes. Some of them will work, other will not work. You have to see how the customers are reacting to that. And if you are coming with something unique, innovative, you have to check and you have to have the pay attention to the intellectual property ownership, and you have to have control of on your patents. Some entrepreneurs might find the fact that what they have been able to develop, was already created by other entrepreneurs. So I recommend to check the available patents once you try to develop a product. Business model, once you have a product, this doesn't mean that you have a business model. So at this point, you have to develop the activities to identify the processes that you have to put in place, and also the people that you are going to work with. So strengthening the relationship with the key stakeholders is also absolutely important. And all the time update the business model. Okay, the business model is actually made up of the key elements that make the business work. Okay, the key activities, the key people, the marketing aspect, the way you are going to sell the product, the revenues, the costs, the value you are going to propose. And then Another thing that we have to take into consideration once you have a business model, you have to concentrate your activity on the scaling up, how to create the new products, how to make them successful, how to develop actually your portfolio, and in order to reach new markets, or in order to develop and to grow your market share. Strategic management is also a component that has to be taken into consideration since the beginning of the entrepreneurship process, mainly because you have to develop an entrepreneurial team that works together with you and put all the effort needed in order to create something unique. Knowledge management refers to the whole process needed in order to create information, in order to make it available to the people, to your employees, gathering valuable information from external sources and knowing how to manage it, how to store it in such a way to make it available to people that will need it in order to develop products, for example. Strategic partnership, people that and developing networks and being able to develop a strong partnership with key stakeholders is also an important part that has to be taken into consideration during the whole entrepreneurship process. Okay, another perspective that I would like to highlight is it takes into consideration the mission of the organization, and considering this criteria, we can classify entrepreneurship into categories: conventional entrepreneurs, those that in this category we can introduce those organizations that are looking for in order to be profitable, okay, but the profit size is the one that defines the success. And social entrepreneurship, here we have to take into consideration that these organizations are trying to have a social impact or an environmental impact, and the success is defined by the way they have been able to accomplish this mission. I'm not saying that profit is not important. It can be a part of the process, but profit is used, or the financial surplus is used in order to be reintegrated in the organization in order to create more value, in order to develop other projects, and in order to make the organization work. What I can tell you is that social entrepreneurship has grown significantly. We can speak nowadays, according to World Economic Forum, about that we are having 10 million social enterprises globally, and they generate around 2 trillion in revenues. They provide 200 million jobs. So this is something that definitely makes a difference. What is social entrepreneurship? What you have to have in mind is the fact that these are organizations that are meant to create social, cultural and environmental impact. They address vulnerable groups, those categories of people that face difficulties in integrating themselves in the available social systems. Also, they promote innovation, and they come up with solutions that provide impact. Okay, once we are referring to social entrepreneurship, we definitely have to have in mind the fact that there are some elements that are promoting social entrepreneurship, and I will refer here to sustainability mindset. The mindset, once you have a mindset that actually is showing, let's say, respect for social justice, for that pays attention to the way the resources are used. Definitely all the activities and the processes that you are going to develop in your organization are going to take into consideration those elements. So all the activities will be accordingly. Inclusive community. actually, inclusive communities are promoting social entrepreneurship. What does it mean to have an inclusive community? Are those communities that value the members, and actually everyone has equal rights against their the differences that might exist between them. Social entrepreneurship encourage and promote social change, meaning that vulnerable groups are going to through this are going to improve their lives because they are going to learn to improve they are going to learn new approaches, new ways of doing things. And actually, they are going to be self-sustainable. This is and to have access to autonomous mechanisms. So, social entrepreneurship helps people to not only to provides social entrepreneurship provides the means to those from vulnerable groups to help themselves. Actually. Social innovation is a part of the process, meaning that once we refer to social entrepreneurship, something innovative have to happen. Innovative behaviors, products, processes that in the end will create a social impact. I want to clarify a little bit the difference between social entrepreneurship and corporate social responsibility, because sometimes these terms are used interchangeably, so it's not necessarily okay to do that. So social entrepreneurship, once we are referring to social entrepreneurship, as I mentioned previously, they are mission-driven, social mission-driven organizations, and they can be included in the category of not-for-profit organizations, meaning that they are not looking for to gain the profit in their own interests, okay, on the interest of the owners. They are trying to help. The main purpose is to create a self-sustainable mechanism in order to support, to create a social impact or environmental impact. The way they are doing it, they might rely on different sources of financing. And then the way they are doing it might be different. That's why we have here in this graphic 3 main categories. Traditional non-profit organizations, where in this category you include organizations that rely mostly on grants, on the support provided by sponsors or by the state. So they do not necessarily develop economic activities, while entrepreneurial non-profit organizations are those entities that are trying to combine different sources, including the commercial activities, in order to create value, in order to create a surplus and to integrate the and to ensure the self-sustainability of the organization. Social enterprises are hybrid organizations that are capable to create financial surplus, a profit based on economic activities, only on economic activities, and the surplus is reinvested in the organization and also in the social projects that are developed. Okay. So what we have to take into consideration is the fact that these organizations are actually developing activities in order to create social and environmental impact. Okay, while organizations such that are included in the categories of companies, conventional enterprises, they are more likely to come up with CSR practices, which is called corporate social responsibility, and they are doing it for marketing purpose because, I don't know, maybe because the owner wants it, because customers are paying attention to such details, but the purpose, their purpose is to be profitable, and they get involved in social programs just because they want to have, let's say, they want to do it or they want to have a benefit from it. Okay. I want to mention a little bit about the social entrepreneurship in Romania. You have to know that they are also known as social economy organizations. We have a law 219 that was issued in 2015. So according to this law, there are certain elements that this organization has to accomplish. So at least 90% of the profit must be used in order to sustain the social mission. And also the purpose has to be social and environmental, as I already mentioned. And it has to serve the general interest. And also, if the things are not going well, the liquidation or the assets remaining after liquidation has to be transferred to other social enterprise. Okay, what I want to mention here is the fact that in Romania, many non-profit organizations create social enterprises through different projects or grants that they get. And then these are also called the spin-offs. Some of these projects turn into successful projects, successful social enterprises. Some of them not. But the idea is that more and more in the last couple of years, we have seen an increased number of social enterprises. And I would like to refer to the fact that in Romania, we have many social entrepreneurs that have changed significantly the social economy from Romania. So, of course, they are special people because they are not motivated by their self-interest. They do that not because they want to gain something, but because they want to help. So once we have in mind a social entrepreneur, we have to think about a person that has quite unique characteristics. A quote that I like a lot is the following: social entrepreneurs are not content to just give away the fish or to teach others how to fish. They will not rest until they revolutionize the fishing industry. Here are some of the amazing people that are developing social enteprises, and I would like to refer to Angela Achite. Angela Achite from Alături de Voi, this is a foundation. They have many projects. They contribute to the development of more than 50 enterprises. And they have their own social enterprises. Also, Job Direct, Job Direct actually is a platform that gives the opportunity to people from vulnerable groups to find a job. Wise Travel is a travel agency. ABV Academia, actually they have the possibility to they provide courses to social entrepreneurs to learn what social entrepreneurship is. Also, I will refer to Camilia Gui, Andreea Bobiș, different projects, but these projects are quite connected. Both of them, and also Simon Sweetener, they are fighting against food waste, and they make use of these resources that other people or other organizations not consider valuable, and they create more value. So this is amazing. And then I will encourage you to learn more about their about what they are doing, and if you want to help them, if you want to learn more about what the challenges faced by a social entrepreneur, feel free to interact and to approach them. Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning, innovation is a part of an important part of entrepreneurship. Definitely, once we have an idea as an entrepreneur, we have to validate it, and then this means that you have to interact with customers, with people that with entrepreneurs that are operating in the same area as you, because with investors, with people that can provide you valuable information. Okay, and then getting out of the building is the right way to do it, meaning that you have to discover what the market needs. And there are actually two ways of doing it. One is called market pull. Market pull means that you are going to discuss with customers, to interact with them and see what their needs are, what their pains are, what problems do they have, in order to come up with a solution. So actually, for this approach, you are looking for a problem, okay? And then once you have a problem, you, with the right mindset or with the entrepreneurship mindset, you will see that problem as an opportunity to come up with a solution that will solve that problem, okay? The second approach is technology push. This is an approach that is most likely used by engineers or people, scientists, that actually they come up with an innovation and they create an invention, and afterwards they find a market for it. This can be quite challenging if they do not pay attention to the market. That's why many ideas, many concepts that turn into a patent, for example, are not necessarily commercialized on the market, because there is an innovation there, but the people that created it weren't able to commercialize it. So it's quite important to be able to combine, as I mentioned previously, technology essential with business essentials. Okay, once you have something valuable, once you create innovation, you have to know how to make it available to customers in order to satisfy a need on the market. And this will make you to be successful. Okay. Creativity and innovation. I would like here to clarify a little bit the differences between what creativity and innovation is. So creativity is the capacity, the ability to create, to generate ideas, to come up with let's say, new ways of doing things, or solving problems, or making use of existing opportunities. But innovation is when we are able to put those ideas into practice, okay, by creating something that will enrich people's life, will provide value to them. And that's why we have this formula. Innovation is equal invention multiplied by commercialization. So this is not an easy task to be done, okay? But nevertheless, what I want to tell you also is the fact that once you come up with something unique, you have to ask for a patent, okay, which will give you the right to sell that invention, and you will have the ownership over the patent. And the Oficiul de Stat pentru Invenții și Mărci will help you to do that, OSI, okay? In terms of innovation, of course, sometimes as I constantly have tried to tell you, is that once we identify, once there is a problem, then there is an opportunity to come up with solutions. So at this point, I would like to mention the fact that innovation can happen in unexpected contexts, mainly because, and we can have here the example of COVID-19 that has revolutionized the way we do things, the way we work, and also the way, in many ways actually. So this forced many organizations to change their products, to adapt their products to the new norms. Also, once we are referring, innovation can happen when unconformities are happening as well. So what we have to take into consideration, an example in this case, we can consider unconformities in customer behavior, such as sudden changes in the spending habits, which made the finance or organizations to provide personalized banking solutions. Also, we have to take into consideration here the fact that demographic has changed significantly. Gen Z has an important, and the fact that for example, they are digital natives, made organizations to come up with solutions that in order to capture their attention. So social media marketing has changed. The e-commerce experiences has changed significantly. Definitely, we can speak about new knowledge inventions, and here we can mention about we can refer to blockchain technology that has revolutionized in industries like finance and also the healthcare. So how we many opportunities, we of course it's quite difficult to identify themselves this kind of opportunities, but it's not impossible. So knowing and identifying those let's say, first of all, what I recommend you to look at your passion and then try to start from there. Try to analyze your competencies, your resources, and then try to see what you would like to do the most. And then gather information and try to develop competencies and interact with people, as many as possible, to ask for their support, to learn from them in order to improve your business concept and in order to come with a solution that will be reliable on the market. So in order to, creativity is an important element in the entrepreneurship process. So this doesn't happen just like that. So there is a need to encourage diversity, as I mentioned previously. Is quite important to interact with people that and to work with people and to be able to attract people around you that can complement your skills. So diversity is a major source of innovation. Learn from any experiences that happens to you, good or bad, and get the most of it, of every experience that you have. Capitalizing on hobbies you have, as I mentioned, pay attention to what you like the most and start from there, okay? Accept failure, because failure is a part of the process, and once you try new things, once you follow a new path, you are going to make mistakes. So failure is a part of the process. Don't be afraid to experiment, okay? Also, perceive problems as business opportunities to change things and to improve what already exists, okay? Once you are going to have a working group, once you have identified some people, a group of people that you want to work with in order to develop your business concept, try to organize things in such a way to be able to develop internal procedures in order to capture their recommendations and to work on that. Become a member of learning community or a community of practice. This can be a useful source of information in order to so for example, I'm referring here to groups of people that join together in order to share information due to the fact that they have a shared interest. And there are many communities of practice that can provide you support in this area. Communities of practice made from entrepreneurs, business people, customers that can provide you valuable information that in your particular area of or in the area where you want to start a business. Also discuss problems with people, okay? With people that might be customers, suppliers, business partners, because you never know who is going to provide you the answer and when you will get it, okay? Also, study patterns. This is an important source of knowledge because this will help you to see the state of the art and also to see what's new in your area, and try to look there first and see what has been discovered. And also, if you want to improve what you have been created, this is also an important and valuable source of information. Google Patents is quite easy to use, and don't take this into consideration. Some books that I would recommend you to consider Talk to Humans, Build Better Brains are quite very good, are two books that I like a lot. But for those that want to know more about what small business management is and what entrepreneurship is, I recommend these books provided by Norman Scarborough and Jeffrey Conwell. Takeaways. We have reached this point. Here, I would like to highlight the fact that in order to be successful in entrepreneurship, you have to play in a team. So this requires a common vision, shared values, and also a team that will complement your skills. Okay, you have to be passionate about what you want to do. Okay, and then what I want to tell you is the fact that entrepreneurship, and what I try to tell you is that entrepreneurship might have many forms, but then you have to define what entrepreneurship means to you. Okay, and the purpose of the value is to create. The purpose of the entrepreneurship is to create value. So don't take this into consideration. Even if you want to be a social entrepreneur, even if you want to be a for-profit, an entrepreneur, a commercial entrepreneur, you have to have this in mind. Okay, let's prepare for the quiz. The idea is that we have 4 minutes left. Don't forget about the fact that you have to choose the language, okay, English in your particular case. Don't forget to choose the faculty that you are affiliated, and then here is the QR code in order to access the quiz.